Hello, hello. So today is day 3, and for anyone that's not in the Tapping Really Works group, this is going to be an interesting 21 days because as of right now, Facebook is not allowing me to download videos, which is what makes this super easy for me to do. And I'm going to be out of town next weekend helping my daughter move. So we'll just have to see how it goes. So if we have to elongate this, but Facebook changes stuff so much and it's actually quite annoying, yet I'm still on it. But anyway, I got to remember to look up here because I'm doing this live on YouTube because I'm looking like I do on the Facebook Live. So for anyone that missed the first 2 days, they are in the Tapping Really Works Facebook group. I cannot download them and cannot get them on here. Hopefully that changes. I'll keep checking. You always used to be able to, but I don't know. It's always interesting. So anyway, in day 1, I talked about like my personal experience, and day 2, again, yesterday was about feeling worthy. And we talked about organized religion. That's what I did because I had some requests on that. So and I'll reshare on this video. I was raised in a very devout Catholic family. I went to Catholic school from kindergarten through high school, through the end of high school. And I had a very punitive upbringing. Yeah, there were good moments in it, but the religious upbringing I had was pretty much like you're born unworthy. You're born having to, prostrate yourself to a very narcissistic white male God. And if you don't get his, blessing, and you could have his blessing, but then the next minute he's incensed about something, and then you're going to be condemned to hell. And I had a very profound spiritual experience in my 20s that really changed how I saw things. But I was saying in the first video, what I realized for about 2 weeks, I was like floating around like on a cloud, like, wow, just seeing really what's possible for us. All that programming that I had really had fallen away completely. It had really started to fall away before that. But I was going to a unity church at the time, which I just love unity concepts. And what happened is then my ego came back in the picture. And then I got pissed because I was like, why was I given all this and I'm still in a body and don't know how to do this? So this go round for me, what I would say, and through tapping and be able to tap through trauma that I've had, I have a richer experience of it. And over the holidays, I went through a very dark time and I thought, my religion is my spirituality has been a hobby, not something that I cultivate daily. And it's important to cultivate it daily for me. And I'm not here to tell anyone what to believe or what they should believe, but I wanted to talk again about because a number of people have written in about this religion and that it doesn't make sense. And here's how I would say it: organized religion is created by humans. And with humans, egos get involved, and people assume positions of authority in organized religion. And those people, there's great people in positions of authority, and there's people in the middle, and there's people that are power hungry or just are very dysfunctional. So for me to awaken from what organized religion and all the training and everything that I was taught, I like now I think about it, it's sort of ludicrous. It just makes no sense to me. All the stuff that I was taught, like you eat meat on Friday and you better watch it because it was just crazy, the stuff that I was taught, and how I lived in fear. I mean, it's so not surprising at all that I have had a life at times riddled with fear because during that 0 to 8, the theta brainwave, I was constantly told how unworthy I was and how I, like the most minor infraction, I could burn in hell for all eternity. That's emotional abuse. It's emotional abuse to have to believe that you have to be perfect to enter into the kingdom of heaven. And like, I can't even take that stuff seriously now because it's really changed for me. But what people wrote in about is they're confused. and uncertain, and it's messy to figure out. And I say it this way, I feel like many of us, our higher power needs an upgrade. And what I mean by that is, and it's different for everybody, and everybody's got to find the way, because I see ways where at times that old programming kicks in and it's like, oh, I'm being punished. So it's for us to start to awaken to whatever your religion. If you have a religious upbringing that works for you, that feels good about that, to me, it's not exclusive of people. It's embracing, it's loving, it's kind. Then do that. It's when people are set apart and people lord over others and they judge people and they're wrong. Others are wrong and they're right. It's that, to me, is stuff that needs to be taken a look at, because not for 1 minute do I believe this force of love that created everything or wants us to feel that way. I don't believe it lords over us, and which is what I was raised to believe. And if you behave this way, you'll get this good. I also believe in, soul curriculums, that we come in with a soul curriculum, and the darkness that we face is actually there to awaken us, to help us to heal, to it's part of the soul curriculum that we choose when we come in. Now, these are just my beliefs. You don't have to believe any of this. And I've said I've watched a lot of near death experiences. It fascinates me how many people, without knowing each other, said, no, you pick what you come in with. And you do it because it's the evolution of the soul. So I just wanted to, since some of you maybe on YouTube missed the first 2 days that are on Facebook, and I'm still going to work to try and get those uploaded here. But I wanted to say a little of that. So let's tap karate chop. Even though I just don't get religion, it feels punitive and punishing to me. I choose to honor my truth right now. Even though I don't get it, the God of my understanding might have been a nightmare, punitive, punishing, waiting for me to mess up, lording over me. I choose to acknowledge this truth right now. Even though my religious upbringing ended up creating a lot of challenges for me and how I learned to see things, I choose to acknowledge this truth right now. And go to the eyebrow. My religious upbringing actually caused harm to me. And when I think about organized religion now, I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's super challenging for me. I want to connect with an inner spirit, even if it's just a wiser part of myself. But that's messy for me because it sure feels like I'm wrong no matter what I do. So, what I could recognize here is this is a detoxification process for me. I literally have to go on a detox from all my religious upbringing, programmed me to believe. And that same religion can have me feeling so wrong about questioning it, wondering about it, because there's no openness for self-discovery. What works for me? What makes sense for me? Not a bunch of dogma I have to follow. What if I could start to ask myself, what feels light for me? And even that can feel wrong because there was so much darkness in the religion I grew up in. There wasn't a lot of space for light to come in. But what if the place to begin is just to start to question more and more and really tune in deeply within myself? Does this programming I was fed make sense? Really? Would this be something, a connection to spirit, would actually want for me? So, what if it starts with questioning my thoughts, questioning the programming, and then notice what comes up first and foremost around even questioning it? And what if that's my roadmap on what to tap on? I'm not supposed to question this. This is God's word, God talking to me. But is it? And even if the questioning feels blasphemous, is that really the energy of whatever energy put this planet together? And all the beauty, all the synchronicities, all the amazingness of nature? What if I could just begin to question what I was programmed to believe and then tap through how wrong it might feel to even question that? And what if that's the place to begin? And what if that's where the detoxing begins from all I was taught to believe that's never really served me or even served the higher good? And just begin there. So take a breath. So to me, it is an awakening process, and it can be so complex because even questioning it, it's like I said when I was talking in the day one video of the movie Spotlight that was really looking into the archdiocese of Boston and the abuse that was happening there. And you would hear the interviews with the victims, and they're like, "This is a representative of God, and they're telling me this is okay, and that's God." And to awaken the mind mess that is, and to go, is that really of God? Like, really? And if the word God is too much, I couldn't say the word God for the longest time. I can totally say it now. I love the term Great Spirit. I don't even really like the term universe because for me now that's kind of gotten overused in a more negative way about like just put your wish list out to the universe and you should get what you want, because that can just end up punishing you again if you don't get the things you want. But just to know that it's even in the questioning of it, people can feel so wrong about that. And that can just be the very first place to begin. So thanks for being here. And this was a little longer, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for day 4. Take good care. Bye for now. You going for